Bienvenue à Paris. Welcome to Paris, to the first Cigre session of the second century of our association. You are more than 3,700 delegates coming from 95 countries. And I have to say it is a breaking record. We have never had so many countries represented on our session. So thank you for that. I would also like to thank our exhibitors. You are more than 300 exhibitors, including 20 startups. And I would like to thank those startups who dare joining this session for the first time. And we hope you will enjoy the session and that you will become our next exhibitors. Finally, I would like to thank our members. You are more than 17,000 members of Cigre. And because you have renewed your membership during the pandemics, it was possible for Cigre not only to survive, but also to develop new services, new platforms. And thank you for that. Thank you to all for joining us, and hope you will enjoy the session.
My guest didn't have a long journey to join us. I'm glad to receive the president of the French National Committee. Hi.
Hi.
You've been president for a year and a half now. How was your integration into this new role? And maybe tell us what's so special with the French committee.
First of all, Cigre is already my family since many years. I've been spending my whole career in the T&D industry, supplying products and systems to utilities. So it has been really for me an honor and a pleasure to become the president of the French National Cigre. Now, the French National Cigre Committee has a drawback of being based in France, where the Cigre was actually created. So it is not as active as it should have been, and it's our target to make it much more active looking forward.
So this is your main job now?
Yes.
Your vision is also about creating a mixture within the members. What are the main projects that you've been leading since your arrival?
We've organized an interesting seminar in December 21 when we gathered the members of the French National Committee, the Cigre members. We talked about energy transition due to the climate, and also how to address these changes by cross-functional approaches. So yes, what we tried to bring to our members was the view how to build this cross-functional expertise in order to address those challenges. And looking forward, that's what we want to continue to do in the months and years to come.
Talking about challenges, what are the main challenges that France is facing right now about energy transition?
But first of all, like many other countries, there will be no energy transition without a very big reinforcement of the energy transmission networks. Yes. So the French transmission system operator has built already a number of scenarios, and within 2023, I think, the final scenario should be selected, and for sure it will require a full alignment of all the actors of the T&D industry, not only in France but across the world, I would say, to answer to this scenario.
What are your expectations about this session?
As always, it is, and that's the very strength of Cigre, together in the same forum, actors from so many different origins, the utilities, the vendors, the consulting engineers, the NGOs, all other bodies, so that we can exchange and contribute together to build better energy transition and ultimately a better humanity.
Thanks a lot for coming by.
Thank you.
I'm really glad to receive the chairman of the National Committee of Kosovo. Hi, Van Ver.
Hi.
Let's talk about women in energy. It started because of the low number of women participants at Cigre, currently about 8%. You are leading women in energy in Kosovo. Why does an organization like Cigre need more women?
Well, the energy sector globally was perceived and tailored for men. Men working in mining, men working in generation. But now, as we see more renewable energy projects being developed, we see interest of women being, involved in the sector and working on development of renewable energy. And we call it energy transition. It does include other women who are not engineers, but women in engineering is present everywhere. And Cigre has given a platform for women in engineering to try to boost their presence and try to find a better way on how to have more women in the sector and increase this number that you mentioned.
And it is like a standard. It is changing all over the world.
It's changing all over the world, and depends how much countries want to invest in that. And there are some countries that want to invest more in programs for women involvement, and some countries are still waiting for the best practices to do that. So we hope with the Cigre involvement and Cigre presence, we will be in a position to show the best cases and attract them to work more on these women in energy programs.
Talking about best practices, you yourself participated as a role model on a program that can be scalable all over the world. Can you tell us more about it to inspire us?
It was a program that we have from the 120 women, actually girls, we have selected 26 to go in a 2 years program in the US to study energy-related programs and courses. And all of them came back after 2 years, and all of them are employed in the energy sector, some of them in the private sector, some in the public sector. And the project is very scalable and very measurable, because we see them every day working, being employed.
Exactly.
And we see them on TV, and we present them as the next members of Cigre National Committee. So this is the added value of Cigre, being a role model for women in energy.
And you are still following them. You are still in contact with them.
I'm mentoring. Even I went to see them in America while they were studying. So I was very happy to be a part of the whole process.
Of course.
From being role model to now mentoring and in a way taking care on how they are, working, what are they doing, whether they are pursuing further studies. I do that as well.
And it's not only about like young girls. We need the young generation to join Cigre at NGN. How do you manage to attract them to become members of your national committee?
Well, we are very present on LinkedIn and Facebook, and we go and visit collective members, and we tell them about the possibilities Cigre is giving, not only through Women in Energy, but NGN, new generation networking. And we try to attract them and ask them to prepare papers and come to Cigre and be present. And when they are present here, then they see, what is being done, and they want to come. But one thing that is hindering our young engineers is that they don't have freedom of movement, so they need visa. So this is something that, at the moment we cannot help. But we hope that through their engagement, we will achieve even that. They will come, and we will have them in person here in Cigre.
And you will tell them all about Paris session.
I will tell them all about Paris. When I come back here, I will organize a briefing, and I'll tell them about Paris session with all these pictures and TV interview.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming by.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here.
Let's welcome a very active national committee, Spain. Hola.
Hi.
You host the Cigre Days in Spain every 2 years, which gathers more than 400 people. You also organize more like technical conferences. Can you talk about this event and your full calendar of events?
Yes, we organize a 3-day event. It is very large. It involves all the study committees, that is all the technical knowledge domains in Cigre. And we also, as you said, organize smaller events like workshops, seminars, and that kind of things that are more focused on specific themes. The idea is to spread the knowledge of Cigre that is generated within the working groups. The working groups are really the engine of Cigre.
And it's like real to create an ecosystem of innovation.
Exactly, yes. As our former president, Drop Stephen, used to say, Cigre gives you twice what you give. And it is a perfect ecosystem because the people can access to the learnings and the experiences worldwide, and they can apply these learnings to their particular cases and then improve them and even look at them at different angles and give feedback again to this community, so they will keep on rolling.
Talking about exchange, you are also part, your national committee is also part of the so-called Cigre region, together with South American and Portugal. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, exactly. This is the RIAC, the region of Ibero-American countries, Brazil, Argentina, Colombia, Chile, Peru, Paraguay, Mexico, also Portugal and Spain. These are countries with similar interests and concerns, and we have almost the same language, and
Yes.
we enable the people to access to our global community in Cigre.
Your own involvement starting in 1999, and you've been president of the National Committee and member of the steering committee since 2018. What were the reasons behind becoming a Cigre member and accepting this position, despite your own professional commitments?
Yeah, but the involvement in Cigre is also good for the companies. Yes, I've been for a long time in Cigre, but it is good for the companies and for the individuals, both in a professional way and also in a personal way. So I recommend joining Cigre.
The message is done. Thank you. Have a great session.
Thank you so
And
much,
enjoy.
Alice.
Thank you. We are thrilled to welcome Michael Hayek. Hi.
Hello.
You are the Vice President, Finance and Treasurer of Cigre. You have served Cigre as a U.S. National Committee President from 2011 to 2016, and then served at the Steering Committee and Administrative Council since 2016. You now serve these bodies as Cigre Treasurer. So you have witnessed the evolution of Cigre from different perspectives. What were the most important changes for Cigre in the last years, and especially in the last couple of years during COVID?
That's a great question. Everyone wants to know how we got through COVID. But we started in 2017 with a marketing campaign which created a digital platform. And it's the digital platform that kept us relevant when everyone's in their basements with COVID. So Cigre survived and is relevant. And we also had our 100th year anniversary in the virtual centennial session, which was an extraordinary event, virtual across the world, but it was because of our digital platform.
How did you manage during this session the financial loss? What action have been put forward to maintain financial stability during this worldwide crisis?
Treasurers before me created a cash reserves in case we did not have a Paris session. So we were ready for that. And we're a little low right now, but the 2022 Paris session is a record event. So our cash reserves are going to be replenished, and I'm very happy about that as treasurer.
The number of new Cigre members is increasing more and more over the world. What were the strategic decisions taken by Cigre to grow membership through the pandemics and in the future, of course?
Well, certainly technical relevance in the energy transition is very important. But the digital platform enabled us to open up a gateway, and that gateway allows anyone from a smartphone to join Cigre from anywhere in the world through their national committee. So that allowed us to grow. That gateway alone just started, and we got nearly 1,000 members through that. So we're growing very quickly. Right now, only a third of the national committees are on, and we're going to get them aboard before the end of this session.
We understand that you are convening a Cigre task force to update the strategic plan. What will be Cigre? What it will become in the decade coming and beyond, of course?
Yeah, the strategic plan, actually we had one since 2018, but we're updating it. The energy transition is important. Our technical foundation is important, and we need to be very relevant. We can't be 3 years behind. We actually need to be 3 years ahead. And that is very extraordinary for our technical council. From a membership perspective, providing services, providing publications, providing articles is very important in that technical foundation. But the most important thing that we've did to enable us to scale is our digital platform. Because the digital platform only costs X, and if we have more members, it's less X per member. So that is allowing us to scale very substantially. So I'm pretty pleased on what our team has done and what the Administrative Council has enabled for us.
Thank you for coming by today, and have a great session.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Take care.